We did Top Boy before. It had huge critical acclaim. It was loved, but it was a niche market. It was a small group of people that was fed by it, but it's now in a climate where people are just ready for it.
Top Boy was different. From the very first cut, I suppose, of the first episode, I knew this was something special.
When Top Boy seasons 1 and 2 came out, I was in school.
Absolutely fell in love with it.
It's something that everyone watches.
Going to school the next day, I was like, oh, did you watch last night's episode of Top Boy?
This is the only thing I've been involved in where we know the eyes are there, we know the fans are waiting. But now it's just on us to create this amazing piece of art.
And then we were cancelled. And as a writer, you learn to kind of roll with the blows a bit. If a show doesn't get made or a show gets cancelled, you shrug and you move on to the next one. But I felt really bad about this one.
Ashley and Kane, they've taken the brunt of the last sort of however long it is.
I don't know, 6 or 7 years or wherever it was, of being constantly bombarded with questions. Can't even put petrol in the car without someone saying, yo, when's it? They're gonna do a third one? And it's just like, oh my God.
You have such a great, well-received show that people have just decided to go, you know what, let's leave that.
Anyway, it was dead. It was gone. That was it. And then this fella called Drake got in touch.
He was a fan of the show when it first came out and was public about that, posting it on his social media.
He was just magnificent. He loved the show. He just wanted to do whatever he could.
Didn't really seem like no ego about it. It wasn't about what this show can do for me. It was about like, how could I help assist the show?
He also did the bulk of the pitch to Netflix, and I hardly had to say anything, and that was fantastic.
Everybody's been quite excited to know that Drake is involved in the show.
He came to the first read-through, and the minute he walked into the room, the kids just went, wow.
I just want to express how happy this room makes me right here, you know? The show meant the world to me. I wish you the best, you know? I'm sure we'll be all together again when we're winning awards or talking about how successful this is. Yeah, anyway, thank you so much.
For me and Ashley in particular, it was more of a, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening again. Being in a room like that makes it seem very official. You know, this is definitely happening, and to hear those words on their feet, just knowing you're about to get stuck in a couple weeks' time or whatever. Yeah, it was a real moment.
Ronan Bennett is an incredible writer. He wrote the first 2 series, and so I think it's so important that he was the person to come and bring it back.
Ronan's writing set the pace, so it's kind of a continuation of his style, I suppose. So what we're gonna do is create a show, essentially the same show that we would have created before, but it's now in a climate where everyone's gonna be able to consume it.
Top Boy is the most genuine, raw depiction of life in South, East, West, North London. So to be a part of it, it feels like you're being able to tell a story as to where you come from and what people go through and how life is.
Like being a top boy, yeah, that's just how life goes sometimes. If you want to make fast money, like you can't really do nothing legit that's making you fast money. And that's the hood mentality. So I feel like this show really portrays the realness of characters and what they need to do to be at the top.
Everyone around here thinks they're a big man. Everyone wants to be a top boy.
We're shooting at the places where this stuff goes down. We were filming on an estate where, you know, the local guys that were dealing couldn't deal because we were shooting. So they were asking for, like, we need money.
It has to be as real as possible, I feel. That's why people loved it so much, because it was so real.
It's always been important for us, me, Kay, and the rest of the cast, to kind of make sure we represent and represent well.
Action!
I have family members and friends that come from this world, and a lot of the people who are in the production grew up around that world, so we got a responsibility to tell these stories authentically.
You know, the vibe is nothing but 100% authenticity. We're so close to the streets, we're so close to the world that Top Boy is set in.
can give Top Boy as a reference and feel confident that it's not like out of this world or unrealistic. Like, you know, it's real.
We're underlining issues that are either swept under the carpet or just not really spoken about too much.
That's the power of Top Boy. For me, it is an underrepresented part of the world and something that we need to discuss and we need to have a conversation about. But yet the themes are still very international. It's loyalties, family values, respect. And these guys might be doing wrong things, but they're doing it for the right reasons.
The key of all of that is the casting process, and what we look for is authenticity. The criteria is, do they feel authentic? Do we believe they come from those streets?
Where Top Boy stands out is in that authenticity. You know, we didn't go out to stars. A very high proportion of our actors are first-time actors from similar backgrounds.
It just felt limitless. There was no cap on what we could achieve. And growing up, we didn't always feel like that. We always felt like we was pushing on doors that wouldn't let us in.
For years, I just remember like watching television or whatever and watching shows and not seeing yourself, do you know what I'm saying? Maybe when a person of colour was on the TV, you'd scream upstairs like, yo, someone's on TV, like, yo! Everyone run downstairs, watch that character to see what they're saying.
Over the last 4 years, there's been a push to have more people of colour be on screen. If you read a script and, you know, if a casting director had a script and it didn't say Black John, they would never think about casting John as a black person. But now you can just say John and they'd cast anybody. It could be black, it could be white, it could be Asian. I think that's nice that that's happening now, actually.
Acting for people where I'm from doesn't feel like a real thing, and it never actually clicked that you can go out and do this type of thing until I saw people really like breaking down barriers.
It's a whole different playing field and it's allowing us to just level up as one, basically. And it's going to be amazing, man, because of the platform that we have now. Top Boy, yeah, it's all about how we're striving and how we're going to reach and try and get to the top.
Deshane engineers that situation to get him back on top, but kind of touching down in London, we realise is like everything's changed. The youngers have become the oldest, the youngers have got younger, and it's just a different world.
It's all about Jamie, so when Deshane comes back, he's no one.
Deshane respects him. I see Jamie as like a mirror of Deshane when Deshane was that age.
All of the characters are multi-dimensional. You don't just see them fucking standing on the corner being aggressive, fucking moving drugs. You know, they all have aspirations. The humanity.
You never actually see my character serving. I don't feel like the show actually picks up on that. It's more around why they do that, why they selling drugs and stuff. And I feel like the relationships and everything comes into play, like why they would do it.
There's crime in every part of the world. Not always on your doorstep, but with gentrification, it's probably not that far from you. And our aim, if you don't know about it, is to show it to you.
Its strength is it dealing with universal themes, you know, about family, ambition, where we sit in the world. It thrills and exciting, but it has huge heart and humanity, and it's about people.
What this is both a rebirth and a new start, because we're making this season for an audience that's never seen Top Boy, and we're also making it for the core fans who love the show and are familiar with it.
I'm confident that this is gonna be like amazing, man.
It's an explosion, man. It's gonna be seamless. It's Top Boy, but just Top Boy at its greatest.